The private sector in the medical field in India is huge today. But the time you came out of medical school, probably it wasn't such a big player. But your classmates were going abroad and were getting jobs abroad in the medical field. Was there ever an internal debate? You straight away joined the public sector, but was there an internal debate that maybe it's not the right thing to do? Maybe you should go abroad and try the private sector?
Not really. I don't think that. Well, I did 2 years of postdoctoral work at the foremost medical research center in the world, people say National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, Washington. At which point of time, when I was a research fellow there, the Anthony Fauci was still not director of NIIDD. He used to sit and attend seminars next door to us. He was not the big man he's become.
Did you ever interact with him?
Yes, he was an immunologist. We were immunologists. We attended seminars together. I mean, the American system is such that everybody is Tony and everybody is Sita, and you drink coffee together. So it was, yeah. After that also, he came to India a couple of times to attend immunology conferences. And so, I mean, not that he would know me or I would know him, but we did meet. But at the end of which, everybody's saying, oh, you're going back. So there were people who sort of, were trying to indicate that. But I went alone for my fellowship, leaving my young daughter with my parents. And my husband was back here, and he had absolutely no interest to go and work in the United States, although half his classmates were there already. So it was never very attractive.
So, Dr. Sita, you've seen the health sector so closely in India, especially the public sector. What do you think are its strengths and what are its weaknesses?
Well, the strength is that if adequately financially supported, it can still offer the service to the sections of society which cannot afford private health. I mean, the alternatives that they are offering are not really good alternatives. So, but unfortunately, over the years, and it doesn't have to do with any party or politics or government, it's just that systematically over the last 30, 40 years, both the center and the state governments have not invested in the human resource within the government system. So you cannot treat a doctor on par with any other government employee, because in addition, because of this big gap between the earning capacities in the private sector and the government sector, which has widened over the years, you have to acknowledge that by the very fact that they are staying within the service, they are making a sacrifice, and therefore you have to give those additional whatever it is that, I mean, if you look at it, why do people join the army even today? Young people are join the army because for the rest of your life you have a canteen service and you get whatever everything at a concession rate. You can buy your car at 30% cheaper than what you and I pay for it, or whatever, however much percent cheaper it is. So it's not that the salary structure is higher or they can be paid that much more, but they are given, certain kind of attractions which make the service attractive. Wherever they go, they are provided housing. But I think serving in the rural areas, or let's not say the distant rural areas, even 50, 80 kilometers outside where we are sitting is a challenge. You people don't find a decent school around here. Where do they send their children to school? Don't you need to provide the additional incentives to move those people, do service wherever they are, pay them? ONGC guys get, what is it called? Some special 20% of their salary to sit in those offshore
the oil rigs.
Oil rigs. So if you have so those incentives. So nobody thought about any of these things. I think there was no leadership and no forward thinking with an expanding population, and that how do we meet the health demands of all Indians?
Absolutely.
It's not that the the Indian should come to the health should go to the Indian. So that reversal has not happened even today.